Recently, I ended up attempting my first ever level 1 run on Elden Ring, and I definitely had a fun time.
That's stupid, bro. Monster. Oh my god, bro, he's a tickle. Are you serious?
I originally played Dark Souls 1 on my old Xbox One that I still own to this day, but I was so bad I couldn't even get past the Asylum Demon with the broken sword, and my sorry ass never noticed that there was a door behind him that you can open, and that was that. Until the release of Elden Ring in 2022. Even though I'm usually under a rock and don't know what's coming out or when, this game I couldn't avoid. Damn near every single person I spoke to was talking about it. On YouTube, since I watch a lot of gaming content, people were often discussing it. And don't even get me started on Twitter. Everywhere I went, there was something Elden Ring related. I would run into funny clips, people discoursing over various bosses, some of the coolest fan art I've ever seen, and obviously its fair share of cosplays. Eventually, my friend Shikaki had an agenda and finally convinced me to cave in and play this game. Spoiler alert, I was awful at the game.
Oh my goodness, Valentine! Oh no!
I ended up dropping the game because I was stuck on Rykard, which is, by the way, a gimmick fight. Fuck the Rock movie does.
Bro, I'm literally right next to you. Why are you doing that?
But I ended up coming back to the game later this year, beating the game on Seamless Co-op first, then beating it using probably one of the most broken bleed builds, and then another run using the Mimic tier whenever I struggled even a little bit. Now, as I've gotten a lot more interested in these Soulsborne games over this year, I wanted to practice and get better at them. This ultimately led me to do a level 1 run. The rules are simple. Start with the Wretch class, don't level up any stat, and beat every single Remembrance boss, which I have never done. But with that out of the way, get some snacks, whatever you got, and get comfortable. Starting off with the creation of my character El Diddy, don't question me about that. I kinda just came up with it on the fly.
Okay, Elmo is insane.
Now, we don't need to say too much about the tutorial boss, but I jump off the map because the fight is scripted anyway. Immediately after spawning in, I run to fight the one and only Chosen One, Soldier of Godric.
Oh yeah, it's time.
Funnily enough, this was my first time ever fighting him.
Stupid ass. Bop.
But after this grueling and tough opponent, I eventually came out victorious after jump attacking that thug.
Bah!
Then I headed towards Melina to get my horse, and afterward I spent about an hour collecting various items to set myself up for the upcoming bosses.
Okay.
I mean, afterward, I spent about an hour collecting various items to set myself up for the upcoming bosses.
Elmo Diddy, man. Elmo Diddy. I do. Yeah. There we go. For like 2 seconds. So yeah, we just hit this. I'm not really like too keen on. I just like slice of life and stuff like that. Breather break, I feel like. Cullen, what you know about that? Level 1 run. And that picture is ice, by the way, Zach. I won't hold you. Put some respect on this. Go, go, go. That's how you apply that D. Hold the fuck on. Wait, what did I just see in chat? Won't lie to you. I'm almost at the... What the fuck? Don't run away from me now. You're literally one. There we go. Be honest. I keep on seeing the shit, but like, yeah, that shit is a sport, and it gets serious. Like when you have the right people too. Oh my goodness. Like literally.
Now normally, in any playthrough I've done in the past, I would immediately get my horse and go straight to Caelid to kill the Grey Roll Elder Dragon and level my stats up before fighting Margit. Since I couldn't level up my stats, I thought, why not just upgrade my weapons?
No way. Alright, we're gonna fight the first boss.
Then I finally got to Margit and ended up beating him within 3 attempts.
Look at that. Look at that. Him. Boss number 1 down.
After Margit, I ended up going straight towards Godric. Since my weapon was over leveled, I thought I could just fight him.
Dude, this dickhead! Okay.
Luckily, during this first attempt, I ended up first trying Godric.
Stupid ass. Yeah, first try! Don't play with that.
There was this one huge delayed attack that almost got me, and it's where he'll just hold his axe for a moment, and this still gets me every time without fail, cause I'm impatient as hell. Other than that, when he does his fire move, the second this phase starts, I just run towards him and get free hits. Really simple, and with that, I took Godric down. Before heading onto the Red Fox of Radagon, I decided to change my weapon and get the Iron Balls, because they are literally one of the best weapons in the game for level 1 runs, and throw Cragblade on them, they're even better. Looking for those majestic balls, I went out on an expedition to soon be stopped by the man himself, Boggart, the person gatekeeping these balls.
Oh my god.
You literally just have to kill him and you get the balls. Now, it actually took me a few attempts because he was 2-hitting me, and if you know me, I also get greedy as hell.
No! Okay. Alright.
But eventually he went down and we got ourselves some nice meaty iron balls.
Stupid ass.
I ended up upgrading these balls to the max level I could at the time because, well, I wanted to do the best damage I could and not make this challenge a living hell.
Great.
After taking care of those upgrades, I headed towards the academy, and for some reason, I always forget the glintstone key, but this time I was on top of it and I cruised right through Rhea Lucaria. For the Red Wolf of Radagon, I ended up first trying him since my balls were a high level, I did great damage, and that was really it.
Light work. First try, baby.
Up next was Renala, but there was one obstacle stopping me. This annoying ass knight.
Okay. This motherfucker pulled that shit out of his ass. Like, why? Why? I've never seen this move until today.
I eventually took him down because I stopped being impatient and I was finally ready for Renala.
Look at that. Easy. Come on, don't play with me.
Renala should be easy, however, there's this one light blue star move she uses that I don't know the name of, but that was the only move I'd die to.
Fuck, okay.
Which made this fight a little longer than I expected, but I eventually came out victorious and Renala was down for the count.
Yeah, like, come on. Stupid ass. Like, come on. Light work. Get out of here, What the fuck?
Since the capital was my next plan, I decided to head towards the Altus Plateau. I already went there getting the second bell bearing, so all I had to do was teleport to a grace nearby and get ready to fight the Tree Sentinel. I actually enjoy this fight a lot, in a normal run and in this run. The only move that I'm not a fan of is the Fireball move. Sometimes he'll spam it multiple times, like I'm talking 5, 6, 7 fireballs in a row, and it's kind of just annoying. He'll sometimes throw one move right after spamming and go straight back to it. Before all the Elden Ring elitists get on my tip and say get good or skill issue, I already warned you guys, I was buns, so that's my excuse. I do literally like everything else about this fight though. After realizing I was getting touched by the tree sentinel for a couple hours, I noticed I had nothing in my second talisman pouch. This was when I went to get the axe talisman, which is really good for charged attacks.
Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. Alright.
As well as upgrading my flasks to level 4. I ended up coming back to the tree sentinel just to get my ass beat again.
Stop rolling backwards, you prick!
But I was a man on a mission. I was no longer going to let this thug get in the way of my goal. Attempt after attempt, death after death, I finally went into a flow state and things started clicking together as I eventually took him down with a quick 1-2.
Let's fucking go, bro. Holy shit. I feel great. I was gonna cry if I got hit by one of those moves. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Now, before fighting Godfrey, I decided to get a certain weapon for the later half of the game. You probably guessed it, I went to get the Star Fists.
Cause I was already max after all the exploring.
Which, if you didn't know, this weapon is one of, if not the best weapon to use for level 1 runs. They don't require any talismans to use. You can just pick them up once you get to the capital and immediately use them. They have one of the fastest heavy attacks in the game. They stagger enemies quick as hell, just like the balls, and also proc bleed on top of that. Basically, what I'm trying to say is that they're a better version of the iron balls. Running into Godfrey, I remembered the painful attempts from my first playthrough where it took me an absurd amount of hours to beat him. But now after putting some time on this game, I would say he's extremely easy. I ended up having a few embarrassing chokes.
I'm so ass. Why did I fret? I started fretting. I'm never gonna live this down. I started fretting, bro.
As well as the fight taking a bit longer than I'd like to admit.
That fella done dodged my move. I think I could stagger him though.
But I don't really have much to say. He finally went down and I felt really good after that fight.
There we fucking go! There we fucking go, man!
Now, it's time to say bye-bye to the balls. They will be gone, but never forgotten. And now, it's time to use the Iron Ball's superior younger brother, the Star Fists. Equipping these, I decided to level them up to the highest level I possibly could because I was about to fight Morgott.
I feel the fucking power coming into me. Okay, that sounds crazy.
A boss I always struggled on because he felt really aggressive and I just feel like I was never able to read his moves properly. And when I used Mimic or a broken bleed build in the past, none of that really mattered. I quickly realized after the multiple attempts of being able to get 2 hits off at most that I wasn't ready for Morgott.
Like, this motherfucker's flying! Oh my god, bro.
He felt too fast, and I just couldn't fathom what was going on at all.
Okay, I just got nutted on.
So I decided to head towards Volcano Manor. I got the golden seed, I got the key, and the letter. All I had to do was head through the manor to fight the Godskin Noble. Also, fuck that snake that gatekeeps you from the elevator.
Oh yeah. Bitch, what?
Before starting the Godskin Noble fight, I pulled the lever for the bridge so I didn't have to run all the way back from Narnia. Going into this fight, since my Starfists were a high level, I thought the fight would be pretty easy. But oh boy was I wrong. I don't even know where to start. I dislike this marshmallow fuck, and I even hate him more during the Godskin duo when he's with his boyfriend. Okay, basically the noble was touching me passionately. I don't like this fight, and yes, it's a skill issue.
Fuck, okay.
Anyways, I noticed that I had a third talisman pouch open. I decided to make the Thugskin Noble hold and fight Queen Gillica to get the Ritual Sword talisman, which helps buff my damage when I'm at full health, as well as getting the Bubble Tier, which will save me an extra hit. These will be game changers. Heading back to the Noble for round 2, it still took me a moment to get him down, but after realizing I could stagger him within 3 heavy attacks, I was consistently getting him to half health. I even knew how to not get hit by the move when he starts rolling around like a dickhead, and eventually after a lot more attempts with those amazing bleed procs, I finally had the run and took his marshmallow ass down.
Holy shit. Oh my god. Oh my god. If I fucked that up, I was actually gonna be so pissed off, bro.
After gaining some confidence from fighting the Thugskin Noble, I went right back to Morgott and still continued to get my ass beat.
It's cool. Okay. Okay, I'm ass.
The thing is, I'm at the point in the game where damn near every boss from now on can basically one-shot me, and I have to pretty much play hitless. Believe it or not, I actually like playing this way. I get to look at the game in a completely different light and try to learn each boss's moveset. I literally just have to get good or give up, and I was not going to give up. With Morgott being fast and it being really hard to read his moves, over time I realized that you could make the fight extremely easy. What you can do is, if you get to a certain distance from Morgott, he will basically guarantee the spear move. This move always gives me a chance to get a hit in, and this was really my game changer. One move had me stuck on him for a while, but this was only in his second phase, and it's when he lunges towards you with his sword.
Great. I fucking blinked and this dickhead is on my tip.
I definitely got lucky here and there, but that's besides the point. Do I think I'll be able to dodge it consistently every time if I go back to the game? Probably not.
Yo, okay. I don't know how to dodge this move properly. That's why I try rolling into it, but I don't know how to dodge that move perfectly, so I kind of hope he just doesn't use it.
But I kept abusing the spear move even throughout second phase, and with that, he eventually went down.
Let's fucking go! Let's fucking go, man! Yo, I'm so fucking happy. That was crazy. That was actually crazy.
So, I forgot to tell you that I attempted Rykard a few times after the Thugskin Noble, and even picked up the Serpent Hunter. I sucked, but after beating Morgott, I realized I should finally go back and get my revenge anyways.
This move is gonna piss me the fuck off.
The rock move that I so hated in the past was easy to avoid. My solution was to just stay close to him. Sometimes it was weird because he would use his poison, and since I'd back up a decent bit to avoid the poison, he would combo it with the rock move. But the poison was kind of easy to work around. I just kept moving to the side.
I genuinely can't see a fucking thing on my screen.
Second phase was simple as well. The strategy I had was to get my charged attacks off as fast as I could the second it started to do a decent amount of damage. The rest was just running around so his skulls didn't hit me. Really easy fight, and I can't believe he was the reason why I stopped playing the game in the first place.
Let's fucking go, man. I finally beat this fella.
After Rykard, I worked my way over to the mountaintops of the giants, with fighting the fire giant in mind. Before him, I actually got caught lacking by the Rivers of Blood guy a couple of times.
What? Bro! Oh my god. Why the fuck is this bird here, bro? Oh my fucking god. Yeah. You not about that, huh? Okay. Like, Rivers of Blood, you smell like ass.
But I completely forgot that if you just hug a cliff, he's really free.
Yeah! I did it. I did it. Chill, chill.
Okay, now onto the fire giant. I don't want this to be a fire giant slander video because with all the attempts it took me, it really could just be that. Damn, this stretch from the fire giant to foreskin duo is just AIDS. This orange hairy braided fuck is literally just hitting his leg simulator. By all means, I'm fine with the first phase and getting his legs because that's the easy part. But in the second phase, his legs aren't his weak spot anymore. It's his hands. And it's annoying because the Stug just moves around so much, you can't even really get a good opportunity to hit them.
Oh! No! I saw that! Oh my god, dude. Oh my god. I'm gonna be stuck here forever. I fucking saw that.
So you pretty much have to hit his legs to play it safe, and I just personally think this fight's not fun at all. Okay, I was never good at this fight, and I would use Mimic to save my ass every time I fought him. This time, I decided I wouldn't take the easy way out. I was going to beat him fair and square. But for the time being, my mental state couldn't stand this fight, so I went across the map to fight Radon, especially since I need to fight him for his remembrance, and another fight later anyways. In my other playthroughs, I would normally use the summons they gave in this fight, so I never knew his moves all too well, but this time I decided not to use the summons because I think it would just be a lot better to fight him with my balls and myself. I also think it's a more fun way to approach the game because it's different from what I did every time, where I usually watch the summons beat his ass and run away. It took me multiple hours and dumb plays to beat this man, but I eventually just got lucky with a bleed proc at the right time and I took him down with a heavy attack.
Let's fucking go, man! Holy shit. I finally beat this thug, bro. Holy shit. I was actually... Ooh, I would have cried if I fucked that over, bro. I would have cried. Holy shit. My heart is beating so fast, bro.
This fight did take me a little longer than I'd like to admit to get the hang of, but that's because I just never sat down and learned Radon's moves in the past because I would always use the summons. With Radon out of the way, I finally went back to the fire giant, and before I stopped fighting him, I was getting second phase pretty consistently, so I just thought it was a matter of time. Something I didn't do, and I finally learned this after many hours of dying to the fire giant, was whenever he did the eruption move, you should always hug his legs. The thing is, you're basically safe and you can always get a decent amount of hits in. With the Starfist, depending if I didn't get the poise break when he opens up second phase with his hands on the ground, the eruption move should just do the trick. And there you go with some really good damage practically off the bat. The rest is I kinda just run around like a pussy until he does a move where I can guarantee my safety and get a couple hits in without worry. Also, side note, I hate this long ass fire move he does where it has an obnoxious amount of range and somehow he's also faster than my fucking horse.
That's fucking stupid, bro. Faster. Oh my god, bro, he's a tickle. Are you serious? Do I just spam it, bro, at that point? Cause what the fuck?
Okay, sorry about that. It definitely shouldn't have taken me a long time to beat the fire giant if I wasn't so damn impatient. I even thought that he was going to be the roadblock for this run. But hey man, you know what they say, slow motion is better than no motion.
Let's fucking go! Let's fucking go, man! Oh my god. I fucking beat you! Fuck you! Oh my god. Yeah, hashtag nutted on, bro. I was gonna cry if we lost that again, bro. Again. Yo, thank the lords we beat that fella, bro. He only did the fire move once. You don't know how hard I was fretting when he did the fire move that first time, bro. That fella got nutted on. Talk to me.
Up next was a fight I really wasn't looking forward to, the foreskin duo. And I originally wanted to go this whole run without cheesing any bosses, but I ultimately decided fuck that. I have only ever beaten this fight with the help of my trusty Mimic or a bleed build in the past, and I am proud of doing so.
Yo, he's not dead! Yo!
But this time, since I can't use my Mimic, and my bleed doesn't proc every couple seconds, I learned that sleep pots existed, and I was going to do just that. I will cheese this annoying ass fight with the aid of sleep pots, to save my sanity.
Now the next thing we need is to make sleep pods. What I need to actually look at is how to get sleep pods. I'm trying to set up for the foreskin duo. See, I don't really know how to use sleep pods. I've never done that before, so we're gonna have to do some trial and error stuff basically. If worst case scenario happens, we'll probably just have to farm runes.
I found out that to craft sleep pots, you have to get cracked pots, trina lilies, and mushrooms. There are limited trina lilies and mushrooms, but it really isn't an issue considering the amount of sleep pots those all can theoretically make. I recommend to play it safe and craft the max amount of sleep pots before you enter the arena, because if you're like me and you've never used sleep pots for this fight, you might be shocked when Mr. Skinny dodges your throw.
Okay, like... Alright, that was dumb. He keeps on dodging me, bro! Why? I don't like him!
Overall, the fight was really easy and simple. I slept Tubby first, and then slept Skinny second. From then, I beat them down while they were weak, and since I killed them at slightly different times, they don't spawn in together, and I just sleep them whenever they respawn again. And it's honestly a breeze, let me tell you.
Let's fucking go, man! I did it! Yeah, I wasn't fretted at all, bro. I told you. That's the strategy! That's how you do it! Cause this fight is dog shit, okay? You don't want to fight it normally. I'm 99% sure anybody who's played through this game will not complain if you use sleep pods or any cheese against these guys. They are actually just a dog shit fight, okay?
I definitely didn't mess up this fight a handful of times being really dumb, but Malekith's up next.
I missed. I'm gonna actually... Yo, I'm gonna do this shit off stream. This is pissing me off.
Also, whoever added this annoying ass tree sentinel right before the Malekith fight is a dickhead. Funnily enough, even though I'm not good at Malekith's fight, this is personally my favorite fight in the game. And even to this day, every time I come back to him, I end up getting touched passionately.
No!
Starting with the Beast Clergyman, he always takes me a moment to warm up and get used to his moves, but after hours of just bashing my head against the wall, I would like to say I got this phase down for the most part. It's still a little awkward being one shot to every move in the game at this point, but I think it makes for some really satisfying moments and some of the best feelings I've ever felt playing this game due to how great it feels after practically no hitting a boss. The actual fight and second phase Malekith is the real hard part.
Low-key going ham. Motherfucker did it so quick I couldn't react!
I always seem to get cooked in this phase, no matter how many times I play. But it still makes my heart race like I'm playing this game for the first time again. I like the idea of getting punished if I make a stupid mistake or get too greedy, which is why I like the idea of doing a level 1 run in the first place. And with Malekith's speed, it makes up for an exhilarating fight the entire time where I have to constantly be aware and hot on my heels throughout the whole fight. But I finally beat Malekith after a very long time.
Let's fucking go. Let's fucking go. I already know I had it in the bag. Come on. Like, you already know. It's simple. Simple, man. Just lock in and you got it.
And my strategy was just to wait and only hit him when he does the move where he spins towards you, because I felt any other move was extremely hard to capitalize off of. Otherwise, you'll have moments like this.
Oh, okay.
Anyways, traversing into the capital after applying that D on Malekith, the next opponent and roadblock stopping me was the one and only Sir Didion Offner. Before people get on my tip for struggling against Didion, I want to say that I've always struggled against him and I'm literally one shot to every move he spams on me, so can we relax? But this is probably one of my least favorite fights. It's extremely spammy and I genuinely feel like there's little to no flow in this fight at all, and Didion is extremely obnoxious when you're one shot.
This is like, this is what he does. He literally, like, get a job. Okay, I'm dead. Okay. Yo, how did I... What the heck?
You fought well.
Like...
So I decided to do this strategy where I used my Zweihander to poison him and let it slowly chip at his damage while I played extremely passively and would slowly hit at him with the Serpent Hunter until he eventually got slain.
Let's fucking go. I knew I had it, bro. This dickhead should have been lost way earlier, by the way. I wasn't getting greedy. I was in the flow state, let me tell you, bruh. Bitch, I don't want to hear your sentence no more. Thank fuck.
I genuinely just don't like this fight, and thank fuck he's finally out of the way. Now, instead of heading towards Godfrey, I decided to put his fight on hold. 1, because I suck at that fight, and 2, I wasn't sure if some boss fights would potentially get locked, so I didn't want to take that risk, and instead I went to Nokron with the intention of fighting the Ancestor Spirit. But firstly, I have to light up these 6 candles to be able to get access to this boss.
But... okay, before I lost my... Alright, hit this. I think this is like the second. We gotta do this. This is 3. Yo, what is your problem? Okay, this is another one. We slowly... Please, please. I did, Az. We're familiar with your game.
And now, I can finally go up to these remains and fight this spirit.
Alright, let's see what this is about, fellas.
This fight itself isn't terrible like the Godskin duo, but where I was currently at in the game, I was pretty stacked and it made the fight extremely easy considering how little health the boss actually has. And with a few heavy attacks while using the Serpent Hunter, I eventually earned the Ancestor Spirit Remembrance.
Let's fucking go, man. That's all I needed. Stupid ass. Get fucking nutted on.
Moving on from the Ancestor Spirit, I went back to the capital to get the Grace right before Godfrey, and then went to do Ronnie's questline to get access for Astel.
So we fought Rykard, we fought Radon. Now we need to fight, according to my calculations, Astel. And I don't know how to get to Astel. Okay, yeah. So we have to go to here. I think according to my calculations, we should be able to go there still.
Which was actually a pain in the ass for me.
Yeah, like... Is that not annoying, bro? Is that not annoying? You're getting ganked by fucking hands. And this thug. And then I think we need to collect this item.
Going back to Rena's Rise, I take the teleporter to the Einsel River and head all the way back to Noxtella. From there, I head all the way upstairs into a nearby cliff and find an elevator bringing me into the Noxtella waterfall.
Let's hit this.
I end up running into this guy.
Okay, don't fucking roll, man.
I know, I'm shameless and I decided to beat him using my poison Zweihander.
And we finish.
My thanks.
After fighting Wolfman, I got this discarded palace key and went down another elevator to get to the Lake of Rot.
Such a sick community too.
Which I was concerned about, but soon didn't faze me because I had enough flasks to help me survive.
Okay, yeah, that's what I thought.
With all of that out of the way, I happily get into this coffin and get teleported to the place right in front of Astel's arena.
Okay, yeah, see, I think this is literally right to Astel's door. Inventory, pop this, because I'm gonna fucking die if I don't. We can try this though. We could try to give Astel a shot. I don't think I'm gonna first try it. I'm not really good at this fight, so just wish a fella some luck.
And this is a fight I fought once before, but I wasn't too confident because I was playing at level 1. The confidence issue soon changed because, well, I did pretty good damage, and I really think I should have fought Astel a bit earlier when my weapon wasn't max level. One thing I don't particularly like about this fight, and it technically would have made the fight a lot easier, is the number of times this dickhead will teleport around the map after getting near half health becomes really annoying.
See, he's just gonna teleport like a dickhead, bro. Oh! Like, dude, that was actually horrifying. Yo, he's running, bro! How are you running from me? I'm literally level 1. How are you running from me, bro? I should be running from you. Okay.
Like, just go down and die. You do this move so often.
Like, it's just this rock move, bro. It's just this rock move. I probably shouldn't have spam rolled, but it worked the first time, so.
But otherwise, the fight isn't too bad, and like I said, the only regret I have is fighting Astel this late into the game. Astel soon goes down with 2 jabs of that young serpent hunter.
Fuck yes, man. I knew he was going down, bro. I knew he was going down, bro. That's all I needed. That's all I needed.
Up next was a fight I've never done before, and you might have guessed it, it's Placidusax. I literally never even knew how to get to him until this moment.
Alright, I actually don't know the way to Placidusax, so I'm watching this YouTube video, by the way. Oh, this fella's walking by a cliff? Oh, I see.
And I might have messed up getting to the boss fight a couple of times.
Or the Horaloo phase that kind of makes me fret. Okay, bro. How is he so ass?
I really like going out of my way to find this fight, and the cutscene that brings you into the arena is cool as well. I want to say this fight gave me an extremely hard time for quite some time, but that was mainly because I've never fought him, let alone even seen much gameplay on him, and he was just beating my ass.
What? Oh, fuck! Yo, I thought I had that roll, bro.
It took me over 4 hours just to get him to half health consistently, and just like how I wasn't a fan of Astel teleporting like a dickhead after being around half health, Placidusax does the same.
Yeah. Okay, I think it's cause I do it too early, right?
And on top of that, he has this laser move like Madir, and he's extremely tanky as hell.
Oh my god, he has beams? Nobody told me it was gonna be like this. Okay, bro. What the fuck?
I would literally just panic and hope for the best whenever he does his laser move.
Yo, what the fuck? What the I'm just gonna panic roll. Like, this is what he does. Get a job.
That is, until I went to eat and took a food break that night.
Yo, chat, we might have to get a whole, like, food break if that's cool with you guys. I'm deadass going through it. I low-key need some food in my system, though. I'ma hit that food break, and then we'll probably be back.
Thanks to the sponsor of this video, Factor. Relax, relax. I'm kidding. This is my first video, but I actually did go eat for a little, which in my life is around an hour, but that's besides the point.
I guess now that I got the food buff, I'm actually better.
And I ended up getting a food buff. This was when I started consistently getting Placidusax to around a quarter of health, and I completely understood him and all of his moves besides that laser move.
Yo! Like, is he not a dickhead for that?
I think the worst part was that each attempt took around 10 to 15 minutes each time, and if I messed up even a little, I was dead.
Yeah, that angle was so bad. I would have had that! Oh my god, I thought I was out clear.
You can also add in the time from the run back, and it was even longer. Overall, I'm kind of glad I fought Placidusax at level 1 because I'd never experienced him prior to this. And although I said Astel was a dickhead for constantly teleporting, even when Placidusax does the same, it's different because I never experienced him in the past. The feelings and frustrations I got after making progress, like getting him to half health, felt really good. And the frustrations and the thoughts of whenever I got him to a quarter of health, thinking about the pressure if I messed up in attempt was fun to experience. It honestly made me feel like I was playing Elden Ring for the first time again.
Yeah, like I didn't see. I was trying to learn. And then he does that. Okay. I was trying to look around where the fucker was, bro. He was everywhere where I wasn't looking at.
Something about being this far into this challenge and not giving up no matter how many attempts it takes is extremely fun to me. I know I might seem crazy for saying that, but you can even hear through the many people who have made videos like Dark Souls Saved My Life say similar things. These games have a beauty to them, and it might be the whole learning to appreciate little things around you, or it might be having some patience, or maybe it's about not giving up on your goals just because something may be difficult and seem impossible in the moment. It just matters if you keep going and pull through. And with that, I finally ended up beating Placidusax, which was a great feeling.
Let's fucking go, man! Holy shit, we did it! We fucking did it, guys! Yo, I'm him, bro! Yo, holy shit, I was so scared, bro. I was like, please let me survive that, bro. Yo, guys, we really did it! Oh my god! Holy shit. We practically did that hit list, bro. Let me tell you, that shit was so fun! Nah, I'm trying so hard not to look at chat, bro. Yo, I knew I had it. I knew I had it, Crux. I told you, that was for you, bro. We were gonna get that dub, bro.
Before heading to Godfrey, I decided to go to one place first, the Halig tree. At least, that was my plan until I realized I had to get the medallion first.
Okay, here. Should we at least try to attempt Commander Nio? I deadass only beat that fellow with a summon. Yeah, I said it. I only fought that fellow once.
And that was gatekept behind Commander Nile.
Yeah, okay. It's because I roll panicked there.
The Commander Nile fight honestly isn't too bad aside from the beginning because he summons his foot soldiers, but once those are out of the way, the fight is pretty smooth sailing. I ended up just playing really patient until he did his lightning leg move and eventually his dumbass went down.
Good shit, good fucking shit.
Honestly, I think I struggled more against his two boyfriends more than the man, the myth, the legend himself.
Like, what is that lunge? Yo, this dickhead does so much more damage.
Earning the left medallion from Commander Nile, I head to the village of the Albanerics and get the right medallion.
Alright.
From then, I teleport to the Grand Lift and head through the snowfield till I get to the Ordina Grace.
Alright. So, I actually really suck at opening up all these candles.
I entered the Evergall and lit up the 3 candles, which ended up taking me quite some time.
Go! Go! No! Just... Stupid ass! Alright.
It was at this moment that he knew. He fucked up.
Wait, I could... Of course his fat ass is looking at me, bro. I should've just killed him. I should have just killed him, bro. I'm so sorry.
Hey guys, Lee from the future here. I wanted to say that if you like this video so far, feel free to check out my Twitch where I stream on the weekdays. The Twitch will be on the screen as well as in the description. But let's get back to the video. But I finally got it and went in the teleporter to the Halig tree.
Hold on, guys. This shit is... Bro! Alright, I was low-key panic rolling. Alright, now we got these dickhead ants. Oh! Please. Oh my god. I'm getting scarlet rot. Fuck!
The Halig tree was relatively easy to go around, and I eventually ran into Loretta, which I didn't really like because 1, I hate magic moves, and 2, the runback seemed like a pain in the ass. That is, until I found out the shortcut, which combined with that and the low health Loretta had, she eventually went down with the help of my trusty balls.
That was risky as fuck, boy! That was risky as fuck! Yo, that was actually insane.
I also want to say that the Halig tree might be one of, if not my favorite places to go to. I know the enemies are extremely annoying, but are we not going to act like this isn't one of the most beautiful looking spots in the game?
Bro, please? Okay, dude, that is so annoying.
They honestly cooked with most of the areas in the game, but something about entering the teleporter from the snowfield and seeing the view is just breathtaking. Anyways, I end up traveling all the way to the Grace right in front of Melania's arena, but I decided to hold off on this fight and finally take on a fear of mine, the legend Godfrey, the first Elden Lord. Godfrey is a boss I have a love-hate relationship with. My one gripe about this fight is in his first phase, when he gets to a certain amount of health, he has this move where he stomps and he can just spam it over and over. Kind of similar to how the Tree Sentinel spams his annoying ass fireballs, but other than that, I don't have anything else to complain about. It's just when my sorry ass fights him over and over, I start noticing how often he uses that move, and it's honestly dead to me.
I'm dead. If I didn't miss, I would have hit him.
Now, onto what I do love about Godfrey is I really enjoyed his second phase. Matter of fact, can we just sit and admire the cutscene when he transforms into Horaloo? I seriously still get chills whenever I watch it, and I think it's personally one of my favorite cutscenes in the base game. And despite fretting every single time he immediately charges me, I think once I finally get the hang of his aggressiveness, the fight flows extremely well. You see, I used to use the Mimic and hope for the best, but since I didn't want to do that this time, I just decided to take him on like a man. I went through hell and back getting touched passionately by Horaloo, and I even thought for a moment that he might be the single roadblock stopping me from completing this level 1 run.
Okay. I rolled. I fucking rolled. Yo, this is bullshit. I rolled. Like, okay, yeah, you stick me into a corner and then I die. Alright, fairs.
I've always sucked against this fight, mainly because I cheese my way through and never look back to even try to learn him, but eventually, with each passing attempt, I felt more and more defeated.
Long ass combo, bro. And then he's gonna do that, like.
Until I had the God run.
I gotta refocus! Roll. Let's go! Let's go! I had it! I had the vision, bro! Yo, do not play with that, bro! Holy shit, bro. Y'all really came at the moment.
And with that, Godfrey finally goes down. Up next, we're on to Moog, and I want to say until recently, I only beat Moog using the Mimic, But after fighting him at level 1, I can confidently say he's one of my favorite fights. Yes, he beat my ass for many hours and gave me a hard time, but if there was one boss I would love to constantly go back and fight, it would definitely have to be Moog. First of all, I love his moveset and I love how hectic second phase feels. Yeah, the fire is extremely annoying at times, and the second you touch it, you're basically dead, but honestly, even with that, I still think it's fun. Like I've said before, I really like how this level 1 run makes me play a lot smarter and not do things I would normally do in a regular playthrough. Because if I get greedy, I get punished for it since I'm already one shot, and I feel like I've gotten more aware of my surroundings as well as paid a lot more attention to even things such as sound cues that I originally never paid attention to. However, the one thing that is annoying about this fight is getting rid of a tier for Nihil, specifically the Purifying Crystal tier, to protect me from blood loss. And that is it. I have no other complaints. In fact, I really enjoy the flow of this fight because I feel like I can get multiple hits off of him instead of waiting out a whole combo just to get one hit off and repeat. And I think it's fine to have some bosses like that where you play very cautiously, but I like switching it up and dancing with the boss every once in a while too. You can probably find many bosses with plenty of opportunities to get multiple hits off of, but for me, I just suck in general, so a lot of the time I have to wait and play a lot more safely. I eventually got tired of getting shat on by Moog for so long that I decided enough was enough, and I ended up taking him out after spending a total of 8 hours against him.
I don't even know. No. Fuck yes! Fuck yes! Let's go! Let's fucking go, man. Honestly, I was over it. Like, I knew I had it. I had it. I was in my fucking bag, bro. I can't even celebrate because I'm like, we should have been beat him, bro. Fuck. W us. Yeah, we won, bro.
I definitely was upset that it took me a while to beat him, especially when I had a ton of great attempts.
I did it too early. I did it too early. Fuck.
But in all honesty, I was just relieved I wasn't spending multiple days with many hours on one single boss. After beating Moog, I ended up going to the round table to think for a moment. Since I never fought Fortisax before, I was worried if there was a possibility that I could have locked myself from this fight, and I would have had to restart this entire run, which I would be pretty annoyed with because this run already took so long.
Yo, fellas told me I could fight Placidusax, and I can't, bro. This run might be dead. I'm so serious, man. That's the last remembrance boss we need. Wait, so we're fucked. Okay, hold on, bro. Maybe you can just fight the dragon without doing her quest. Where do we go? I don't even know where to go. Don't you need to fight the 2 gargoyles to get to the... Yo, I'm actually about to end it all. Oh my god. Why I have to beat those 2 thugs? Oh, nah, you need her for Fortisax since you touch her while she... Oh, okay.
But I soon found out that there was a way.
Look, because it says this. It says, hold on. It says, important must read, because I did the curse mark of death, right? Because I went to the divine tower. I didn't kill her, though. But you said I gotta go to the Valiant Gargoyle?
Being the man on a mission that I am, I headed all the way over to the Ancestral Woods and went north, eventually leading to yet another fight I've never done, the Twin Gargoyles.
Oh, what the fuck?
Now, I've heard from everyone how awful these two can be, And honestly, me being someone who hates 2v1s in these games, I really dreaded this fight. Until I realized my weapons were maxed out and that these two thugs weren't shit. It did take me a little longer than expected, but that's because when they're both against you, it's really annoying trying to deal with them. And honestly, their moves combined don't make this fight any better, especially being one shot.
Like, I can't see. I actually can't see.
But like I said, since I did good damage with my spike fists being max damage, it was just a matter of time until I beat them.
Holy shit, let's go, bro. I guess I just needed that for real, that momentum.
And with that, I sat at the Grace, then headed into the coffin right next to a waterfall and teleported to the Deeproot depths. Since I never experienced going into the Deeproot depths, I spent quite some time exploring and looking around, which ended leading me into the next fight, Fia's Champions.
That's the cutie Godwin right there. Okay. What the f- Yo. He's a dickhead. Okay, hold on. Hold the fuck on. I didn't think I was gonna get touched by this, alright?
A fight that shouldn't be hard or a pain in the ass at all was completely beating my ass.
Cool. I got parried! Wait, this is good. This is good. Look. We're separating them? Oh my god. What the fuck is that range? Alright. Bro! I was so close. What? Oh my god. Why do I have to get this magic thug? Like, dude. Yeah, I'm having such a fun time, man. Why is this is the most corny fucking sorcerer ever, bro?
I'll admit, I was playing like a bonehead and making the dumbest mistakes, but when they're all alive, it is extremely annoying to get hits off.
I'm dead. I got juked the fuck out there.
And another thing that I found out is that if you're online, every single attempt, these champions change and are taken from actual players' builds who have embraced Fia.
Blasphemous Blade is crazy. Bro, why do you have Blasphemous Blade, bro? The Fia's champions are based off the builds other players played that hugged Fia. Oh, so of course it's gonna be thugs with Frost and Bleed. So it's just gonna be Blasphemous Blade thugs. Alright, man. Just turn off multiplayer? Nah. What? Okay, you know, I might turn off multiplayer. That is crazy. They have that? Yeah. I love this, bro. You know what? I'm gonna turn off multiplayer. How do we turn off this multiplayer? What did I just do? Oh, that was not what I wanted. Rogier is gonna stay too, but that guy, yeah, okay. Play online, play offline. Alright, I guess I gotta close it, right? Just save and open it up again. Alright. Now, Rogier's fine because most of the time I can get him killed, you know? So it's not too bad.
When I first found that out, I was actually frozen solid ice cold for a moment. I had to sit down and collect my thoughts because I was not having fun at all against these champions. I ended up changing my game to offline so I didn't get different corny builds that online players used and instead got the Ghost of Lionel and 2 nameless champions that are more bearable than those online builds. And I continued to get my ass beat.
Why? Okay, why? Alright.
Until I said fuck it and finally came up with a solution. Since these 3 fuckers weren't playing fair with their shitty ass triple team, I decided, hey, it doesn't matter anymore. I won't play fair either. I finally stood on business and went to get a summon.
What summon would we be able to use? That'd be good too. Wait, there's a crystal tier that makes you use no FP, and then we could just use that, right?
Since these are so-called Fia's champions, why can't I get a teammate to back me up either? And after some time, I went to get a few items to upgrade my trusty teammate Angval. I swear before this fight, I don't even remember how I acquired him. I genuinely wasn't planning on using summons this entire run, because that's why I did the run in the first place, but can y'all please cut me some slack? Anyways, once I got into the fight with my new confidence, Angval, I took down the 2 champions by themselves, but once the last phase commenced, I summoned Angval. Since he was max level, he was extremely tanky, as well as did decent damage, but his best attribute was helping me get those thugs off my back for a moment. And eventually, with the help of Angval, I felt like Shaq and Kobe, and the fight soon came to a conclusion. Our dub.
Yeah. Talk to me nice. Holy shit. That's all I needed. Why? It was so hard. I needed to do this. I'm sorry. I'm really sorry, but I needed to do this. It was the only option.
After fighting Fia's champions, I ended up walking to Fia and spoke a few words to her. I let her hold me until I said that was enough and went to the nearest Grace so she could fall asleep. Then I get close to the sleeping Fia and end up touching her.
That sounds crazy. Wait, wait. Oh my goodness. Bro? I actually touched her.
Yeah, I won't lie, fighting Fortisex for the first time, especially at level 1, didn't make me a fan of this fight.
Okay. What the fuck? What? Oh my god. It just brings me in there. Okay.
Maybe if I had normal health and wasn't one shot to literally anything this thug did, I would enjoy this fight. But that lightning bullshit that's constantly around him and happening almost all the time was not fun at all. Now, this fight itself didn't take long until I beat him. I ended up taking a food break, and after, it was honestly just wraps from there.
There we go. I do not care, man. Holy shit. I knew I had it, man, but this fella was making my frames die. Holy shit.
But I really like the arena we stay in. I'm not crazy tapped into the lore and stuff like that, but I do appreciate it quite a bit, and it was a huge reason as to why I got even more interested in this game in the first place. And seeing Godwin's dead body was extremely cool to me. Thinking about it, I still get chills about his character, and I really wish we got to see more of him in this game. But yeah, Fortisex down, wasn't much a fan of this fight, and 2 more bosses to go. Up next is, you probably guessed it, Melania, Blade of Mikola. Now, I've been worried about this fight from the beginning. That was if I ever even got this far, but here I am right in front of Melania. The crazy thing to me is that I've practically played the second half of this game hitless, and already that was a huge achievement for me. But since I decided from the beginning to do all Remembrance bosses, I have to fight Melania hitless as well, and let me tell you, it was rough.
Okay. Yo! Okay. Alright. Yeah, we're by a fucking wall, bro.
I only ever beat Melania once before this, and I might even get called a masochist for saying this, but I think being one-shot against her specifically is really fun to me. You just gotta hear me out, but there's genuinely something really fun about it. Like I've said earlier, I like this run because I get to look at fights differently and not cheese my way through them, but also, theoretically, helps me get better and not make stupid mistakes because I'll just get punished if I do.
Yeah, I have CTE. I'm trying to get really greedy.
The thing I like about Melania, similar to Moog, is that it's a lot easier, at least for me, to get a hit after almost every move she does, and when she does do a combo, for some reason, it feels extremely satisfying to dodge all of her moves, but also the combos don't really seem too long either. I could just be tripping, but I still really like the flow of the fight, and I genuinely like almost every move she has. Except for this move.
Oh, fears. Like, I fucking hate. I can't get this move right. This move's gonna fuck me.
For some reason, I sometimes get it mixed up for waterfowl because she goes upward and it's thrown me off many times.
Like, it's just a combo, bro. It's actually just a combo. I don't like this. I don't like this.
And also, correct me if I'm wrong, but I swear I genuinely can never hear Melania go into waterfowl during second phase like how she did in first phase.
Oh, I'm dead. Fuck! 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 Man! That was so good. Oh my. Yo, I had it. I saw everything. I saw everything, bro. I was in the flow state, bro.
But otherwise, I really like this fight, and it's probably in my top 3 favorite fights of the base game. And like I said, since I'm one shot, it makes things a lot more interesting, and every time I die, it's punishing me off of my stupid mistakes. But in my opinion, it doesn't feel awful every time, like if I died against Placidusax, for example. Because instead of some bosses running away, Astel and Placidusax, I like the constant action that comes with Melania, where we'll just be going hit for hit, and it's non-stop fighting. Most of her moves, minus waterfowl, feel extremely forgiving and are honestly really easy to get the hang of. I would like to say her lifesteal is extremely obnoxious and it's pissed me off way too many times in my first ever run against her, but since I'm one shot, in this case it doesn't really matter. But I thought I'd just put that in, cause why not?
So over, bro. Like,
also, the Grace is right in front of the arena, so I don't have any annoying run back. I also want to say, after repeatedly bashing my head against the wall against Melania, has helped me learn to dodge waterfowl extremely well almost every time without fail.
yo, that's actually stupid. Okay, that was stupid. That was stupid, bro.
And I think it's probably the most satisfying move to dodge in the game, and I literally feel like the greatest when I dodge it.
Ping?
I used to think it was really annoying, but just like every other move in the game, it's completely dodgeable. Also, a tip I learned was that for the third waterfowl, if you walk to the right, you'll just dodge it like that and it looks smooth as hell.
Okay, I'm gonna try something different, guys. Instead of rolling into the... There we go. Okay, see?
One thing about waterfowl is that she can quite literally use it as many times as she wants in second phase, so that can be pretty annoying, and sometimes it's really hard to anticipate.
Like, that's such a Bro, this bitch just used it 2 seconds ago, bro! I literally got... Oh, okay.
But otherwise, I think I spent a great total of 27 hours against her and wouldn't quit this run because she was the last obstacle stopping me from finishing this challenge. I don't know why, but the more I kept losing, the more it made me want to play, and I wouldn't take defeat for an answer.
That's crazy. Fuck. Fuck. Alright, we're beating her. We're beating her tonight. I don't care. I don't care. I don't care.
And I ended up spending almost 10 hours straight of just sitting on my ass in my last stream just to beat her. And then this happened.
Dickhead, you're actually a thug, bro. Why are you so quick? Nope. Let's go! Let's go! Let's go! Oh my god, bro! We did it! Oh my god, bro! I was in the fucking zone! Do not play with me, man! Holy shit! Oh my god, bro! I told you, man! I told you we was gonna do that! Holy fuck! Oh my god, bro! Do it again is crazy!
I genuinely can't express how good I felt on the inside after beating her, but it was a crazy accomplishment doing it practically no hit and probably one of, if not my best gaming flexes ever. That sounded really nerdy, but hey man, the dedication I put into beating her, you just gotta let me have my moment. Especially as someone who's fairly new to these games and prior to this, really dog shit. Alright, so now we're headed on to the final boss, the one to end it all, Radabeast. I really like Radagon. I think he's a great first phase, and even think his lore is great as well. Radagon is another boss fight that I find myself often wanting to play more and more the deeper I get into this game. His moveset is really good, and I honestly think I'm just a huge fan of humanoid fights in general because almost all of them feel extremely well to go against and don't feel as annoying as fighting a big ass dragon or fighting just some big ass boss that my camera is fighting against half of the time. I struggled against Radagon for a while, but eventually got used to him as his moves felt a lot easier than any previous time I played against him. And I was consistently getting to the Elden Beast, which I will say was not a fun time.
Today been for you, bucko. Oh my god.
Let me start by saying I fucking hate big ass bosses. And just with the other big ass bosses I didn't enjoy, this fat ass can also run away like a prick.
Okay, I didn't think I was gonna get hit in that. Please just don't do some fuck shit. Don't do fuck shit. Don't do fuck shit. Do not do fuck shit. Okay, how is he so ass?
And don't even get me started on Elden Stars. That move is annoying as shit at level 1.
Like, is that not corny, bro? Is that not corny? I hate you. I actually hate you. Oh, okay, bro. I don't know. No, I don't like using the horse, bro. I don't know why it throws me off. Especially because this fat shit will use that sword, bro.
Alright, I don't want to make this a Elden Beast hate video, but this thing fucking blows.
God. Like, bro, I hate this dog shit move. Okay. Like, you think shit funny. Oh my god. Oh my god. Like, yo. I'm gonna actually block somebody, bro. I'm gonna block somebody. Yo. Nothing! I just hear this. Oh, I'm blocked. I'm actually race blocked. Bro! Oh my god.
The teleporting, Elden stars being annoying, and also, I don't think I like any of the moves it uses in the first place. Overall, I just think this ending fight is kind of underwhelming, to be honest. I only took around 5 hours fighting him, but it honestly felt way longer, especially when my chat was trolling me like this.
Oh my god, you're such a thug. How am I getting threatened right now? Oh my god. Okay, yo!
But just like how all good things come to an end, after all the bullshit, after all the bosses I didn't like, the fire giant, and all the tear shedding, I finally went through it all and took down the Elden Beast with my trusty best friend, the Starfists. It was really me and you versus the world.
Let's go! Let's go! Let's go! I fucking did it, bro! Yes! Yes! Yes, bro! Oh my god! We beat the fucking game! Holy shit, that was the one! I knew it! I felt it! I felt it coming! Oh my goodness, bro. Chad, let's do it! Let's do it! Let's end this run. Let's end this run. Oh wait, I wanna summon my wife. Oh my goodness, y'all, we actually beat this game at level 1, bro.
And with that, this finally concludes my level 1 challenge of the base game for Elden Ring, and I want to say thank you to everyone who's watched this whole video and stayed to the end to see this. I definitely felt a lot of different feelings, but overall, I had a great time and was glad I did this. If you're wondering, I get all my footage from my Twitch, and maybe if you're interested in seeing more of this guy, feel free to check out my Twitch. The link will be in the description, and if you want even more of me, feel free to check out my second channel as well, which is where I shitpost and post me playing random stupid games with some of my friends time to time. Anyways, once again, thank you guys for watching. Hope you guys will stick around for future videos, and also like the video if you guys want to see me do a part 2 attempting the DLC.